What's up guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're gonna be ranking all Spider-Man movies from worst to best. Keep in mind this doesn't include the Venom movies, it just includes the Spider-Man movies. So without further ado, let's begin. So in last place I have the Amazing Spider-Man 1 from 2012. Now the reason why I put it in last place is because I feel it's the weakest out of all of the Spider-Man origin movies we have gotten so far. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate any out of these 9 Spider-Man movies. I think they're all great in their own form. But the reason why I put it in last place is again because I feel it's the weakest Spider-Man origin movie out yet. The reason why I say that is they try to be different. They try to make it different from what the Spider-Man origin is usually. And I appreciate that. I appreciate they try to make it different with Gwen Stacy, the police dad, I forgot his name. And I appreciate they try to make it different. I really appreciate that. I like the costume, I like Lizard, I like Gwen Stacy, but I think it just fails in comparison to the other Spider-Man origin movies, and I think it fails generally in comparison to the other Spider-Man movies we have on this list. In 8th place, we have Spider-Man 3 2007. I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for putting Spider-Man 3 in 8th place, probably because of all the memes, but as a movie I think it's good. I like that they introduced the symbiote, although many people did not like this idea. I really enjoyed it. I think Venom was okay, could have been done way better, but I think it was okay in the movie. I also think Sandman was decent, but I feel like there were just too many villains, with also New Goblin in there too, and I just feel the plot got mixed up so many times, and there were some parts that kind of didn't fit in with the movie, if you understand what I'm saying. And yeah, I think it's, again, a good movie. I enjoyed Peter in this movie. His character development is amazing, although I just feel it fell a little bit off. And I also like the ending. I think it's a great ending to a trilogy, although we could have gotten Spider-Man 4. So in 7th place I have the Amazing Spider-Man 2 from 2014. Now I think this is one of the most underrated and one of the most overhated movies of all time. People are missing out on this movie, and here's why. I think it's the best comic book interpretation we've ever gotten of Spider-Man. I think it suits him perfectly. I think Andrew Garfield did a killer of a performance in this movie. I think Gwen Stacy was very good in this movie too. And yeah, I just think the story overall, it feels like you're having a comic book as a live action movie. This is what this movie feels like, and I really enjoyed that feeling. I also liked the suit. I think it was one of the best comic book interpretations of the Spider-Man suit in live action movies. I think it has one of the best Peter Parkers, and yeah, overall I think it's a very great interpretation of a Spider-Man comic, and I think it's the best interpretation of the Spider-Man in the comics that we ever gotten in live action so far. But the reason why I have it in 7th place is probably because of the villain, Green Goblin. He was not the main villain. The main villain was Electro. I think Electro was okay, could have been done way better again, but I think it was an okay villain. I think Jamie Foxx did his job for the movie. But the only reason why I have this in 7th place is because I think we got one of the worst Green Goblins in history. This Green Goblin really sucked. He sucked. That's just it. Green Goblin in this movie was horrible. But yeah, overall I think this is a great movie and it deserves better praise. So in 6th place I have Spider-Man Homecoming. I think it's a really great Spider-Man movie. I appreciate that they tried not to make it an origin movie and sort of give it its own originality. I really enjoyed that. I think the Vulture is a very great Spider-Man villain. I think Michael Keaton did a very good job playing the Vulture. I also think Spider-Man was okay in this movie, but the reason why I put it in 6th place is because I just feel like this movie is a bit carried out by Iron Man. The reason why I say this is because usually in Spider-Man movies I like Spider-Man to be on his own. But in this movie, he was also helped by Tony most of the time with the suit. I like that at the end he uses his own homemade suit and defeats him in that suit. I like that. I think that's good character development. Although I would like to see a Spider-Man movie with Spider-Man by himself in this movie and not being helped out. Although overall I think it's a very great movie. In 5th place I have Spider-Man Far From Home. I think this is a very great Spider-Man movie. I think it's definitely better than Homecoming. I think Mysterio is one of the greatest Spider-Man villains we've ever gotten in a Spider-Man movie so far. Tom Holland did a way better job in this movie with Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Spider-Man, he had a way better character development in this movie, which I really enjoyed. I enjoyed that he tried to get over Tony's death and, try to be on his own. But yeah, it's a very great movie overall, although I just think it fails in comparison to the top 4. So in 4th place I have Spider-Man 2 from 2004. I think this is a very great Spider-Man movie. I think Tobey did a killer job as Spider-Man in this movie, and as Peter, I like his relationship being built up with MJ. It has my favorite Spider-Man scene with him stopping the train. But the thing I like most about this movie is Dr. Octopus. I feel like he just carries the movie for me. He's just one of the greatest Spider-Man live-action villains we've ever gotten. And yeah, overall this is a very great Spider-Man movie and there's nothing really bad to say about it. Although I do think the other movies in this list are just a little bit better. Entering our podium, we have Spider-Man 1 from 2002. I think this is the best Spider-Man origin movie we have out there. I think it's an amazing Spider-Man movie. I think for a first Spider-Man movie, this was the first Spider-Man movie ever released as live action, like in theaters, like the first big Spider-Man movie. Tobey Maguire did an amazing job playing Spider-Man's origin story in Spider-Man and Peter Parker himself. I think the best actor in this movie is by far William Dafoe. He absolutely killed it as Green Goblin. I think Green Goblin is the best Spider-Man live-action villain we have ever gotten in history. And yeah, I think this is the best solo Spider-Man movie, the best origin Spider-Man movie, the best villain in a Spider-Man movie. It's overall just a timeless classic and it's so rewatchable and it's one of the best Spider-Man movies out there. In 2nd place, our runner-up, we have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse from 2018. When I went to saw this in theaters in 2018, I was surprised. I was surprised that Sony and Marvel managed to pull off such an amazing movie that is an animated movie. It's an animation. And I'm so surprised by how well it turned out. The animation style is incredible. The character development of Miles, Peter, Gwen, all of them is absolutely amazing. The roster for this movie is very great. The casting is amazing. The villains are great. I think Kingpin worked as the villain for this movie. It's just overall an amazing Spider-Man movie. And I have nothing bad to say about it. It's an amazing Spider-Man movie that shows other Spider-Mans from other Spider-Man universes coming all into one universe where Miles lives. And it's overall an amazing movie and there's nothing bad to say about it again. So in 1st place and our winner for this ranking is Spider-Man No Way Home. Now I might think of putting this in 1st place because of all the cameos that made this movie, but you would be sort of wrong. While yes, the cameos did play a big part in making this movie, and while yes, I was very happy seeing Andrew, Tobey back in the theaters, seeing all the Spider-Man unite against the Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man trilogy villains, like the original classic live-action Spider-Man villains. That was an amazing thing to see, and it was a dream come true. But the main reason why I like this movie is because Spider-Man, or Tom Holland Spider-Man, had such a big character development. He grew up so much after that. He had a great glow up after that Mysterio event where it all said Spider-Man is a murderer. after that entire event, he had one of the biggest glow-ups I've seen in Marvel. After Aunt May died, I was very surprised, but at the same time I was very excited to see a very serious version of Spider-Man, because we haven't really seen that before, and seeing a very serious version of Spider-Man was incredible. And that last fight between Spider-Man and Green Goblin was just amazing, and it showed Spider-Man's true power, and I really liked that. I also liked Doctor Strange appearance in this movie. Yes, he was also a cameo, but I think Benedict Cumberbatch did a good job as Doctor Strange in this movie. Wong was pretty funny, but yeah, overall, this is the best Spider-Man movie out there because of everything. It's just the Spider-Man movie you want to see. It's the dream Spider-Man movie. You cannot write a Spider-Man movie better than this. So yeah, that's pretty much it about this ranking. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and subscribe, and also let me know down in the comments below what is your ranking of the Spider-Man movies. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.